Hi, I'm Telluselle, and this is a short presentation about what coaching really is. Many people have been led to believe it's about attending a course in personal development or that it's some kind of rituals and spiritual fluff. It's far from. Coaching is simply a way to conduct a professional conversation that often is used for change. It's a conversation that has the agenda set by you, the client. The coach meets you on a neutral and supportive level, asking you open-ended questions and listening on a third level. That means to listen both to what is being said, how it's being said, and what's not being said, through emotional cues, tone, and body language. Then the coach responds by summarizing what you've communicated for you to either feel confirmed or be able to reframe it. What we seek is your authenticity to help you change something you like. So, simply put, coaching is a dialogue technique, an equally positioned conversation that pulls out insights, solutions, and actions from you yourself. It increases motivations, it provides support, and it facilitates empowerment and structure. And altogether, this encourages learning. The question now is, what is it that you're seeking? What do you want? Do you need change, transformation, or improvement? And what is the difference between the three? What is change? Change is changing something from one thing to another. It's to make a different perspective or substituting something consciously. It's doing something else, using another method, while still keeping your own identity. It's about having something done outside of yourself. And one can simply conclude it by you choosing apples instead of oranges. Transformation, on the other hand, is doing something differently while you're applying new knowledge and finding a new understanding. This together becomes a process of becoming and forming a new identity while you are changing. To put it plainly, you are creating applesauce from apples. Coaching can also be used for improvement. And what is improvement? Improving is to do the same thing better or faster. It's to refine your skills, correcting mistakes, and making a better version of what you were doing before. It's a matter of growing and maturing in your identity. To put it plainly, that's when you're creating cinnamon spiced applesauce with pieces in it. When do we need to change? We need to change when we feel stuck, when we're losing money or energy, when we're not making progress, when we feel unmotivated, and when we need more or better. Why do we need to change? Well, it can be our own initiative to improve our life, but it can also be because of someone else's initiative, when there's about something like a divorce, an unemployment, or an order on the job. It can be because of conditions changing, such as our culture, our laws, the environment, which might be prompting us to change. It can also be a matter of a health challenge or a recession in society that is prompting us to change. And it can also be about finding new opportunities, which is a new partner or a job offer that again is creating even more change, because one change often leads to another change in another area. It's common to believe that change is something linear. We start doing something, we change it, and we get a new result. However, most often, the change is often a process. It's a change process that we start by a need, we find a set and goal, we learn new skills, we perform this, then we evaluate what we learned and what we did, and maybe we will then find a new need to improve something else. And then again, we start to setting a new goal, learning something more, perform, and evaluate. And this is how it goes around, and that is the most important thing to learn, so we all can be prepared for change and really meeting it with upfront initiative, so we feel good about going through this change with less resistance. The key success factor to be able to do this is to make sure that we communicate our need for change both towards ourselves and towards others that we are living with or working with or on the job, so we can make sure we all are on the same page. To assume leadership, whether that is for our own personal lives or for an organization is a matter of knowing how to deal with resistance. We first have to deal with our own inner resistance, that we might be feeling resentful, insecure, or uncertain about why we need to do this change or how we're going to do it. Then we have to deal with others' resistance, people that are questioning us and questioning the relationship because the desired change we would like to do. Then we also have a cultural resistance. Sometimes a change implies that we need to go against norms and we might change our ways of communication as a result of the desired change we're going through. This all creates a type of resistance, but we can also see it as the friction energy that is actually needed for the change to really come about, that becomes clearer for why we need to do something. A way to undergo change easier is by understanding the reward, what the result will be like, who you will become, what the change will lead to, what you get from doing this, and understanding that the reward can also be a goal. Simply put, to become a certified master in applesauce making. What a coach can bring is a supportive mindset as well as help you develop one. A supportive mindset includes looking at life as a series of lessons, that we are willing to do the work, welcoming challenges to grow, learning new skills, asking for help and support, and exchanging experiences and knowledge with others. Together, therefore, it becomes easier to conduct the change, such as being excited and caring about apples. I found my coaching both based on my own experiences and on my education, specifically in work science, with the addition of coaching as a conversation technique. I have also studied organizational change and development, including organizational behavior, culture, and leadership, besides being educated and having worked in the advertising industry as a professional copywriter. Herethrough, I build my ability to help you create a personal brand, besides coaching you through changes towards more life fulfillment and balance. My offer lasts between 3 to 6 months with once every other week coaching sessions, either 45 minutes for an individual in person or on Zoom, or 1.5 hour sessions in person or on Zoom for small groups. We meet once every other week because in the other weeks you will get some kind of homework assignment that you can do in between, which can be anything from an assessment to a practical step to try to go towards your goal and towards the change. And of course, I continually follow up on your progress to make sure we go forward. My own goal with Coaching to Change is to make sure that you feel more motivated, more inspired, and more energized. My name is Hannah Telluselle, and you can reach me at hannah@telluselle.com and find more about me and my coaching on my webpage at telluselle.com.